Wait, nope. Steak and mushrooms. Nope, wait. Mushrooms in a fish concert. Where some funny little girl with colored hair and a nose ring gives you some mushrooms, and then all of a sudden, all the members of fish actually turn into fish. Until suddenly the waters turn black and a shark comes and eats them all. Alright, so maybe not like that. Hit it.
What the?
Movie night.
Is that like something you said?
Movie night. Oh, hey, that's it. Movie night, ain't no doubt. We about to watch one movie night. Turn it on, gotta get it started. Let's watch a movie tonight. 'Cause movie nights are always the best of times. Got to keep on watching, keep on watching. Got to keep on watching, keep on watching.
Got to.
Wait, so you couldn't tell what I was doing?
I know what you're doing, but I just figured you just spent like an hour memorizing that whole verse.
I thought about it on my drive over here.
What?
I was just going to
Wow,
come
that was
up
incredible.
with a lassoism, Tedism.
How'd you get from like fish to concert or something?
Fish is the name of a band.
Yeah, I feel
So I was saying, it's like something he does. He goes off on these tangents.
yeah. I
So
know.
first, and then I was like, did mushrooms, but then I did like the trippy kind. And then,
That's
then
where
his
I think.
trip, that's where he got lost.
Yeah, that's where I got lost.
I think it was a solid.
It was good.
You need to run it back.
Yeah, I'll listen to it.
All right. Anyways,
Good lassoism.
yeah, thank you.
I had a
Really
I had
thought-
a way to start. I was just so boggled.
Next time you'll have to come up with the lassoism. That's how we'll start the TED shows.
A lassoism?
Or TEDism.
Okay, this was what I was gonna do. Why was Cinderella so bad at soccer?
She had glass slippers.
She kept running away from the ball.
yeah,
And I had a couple more of those, but I'll pocket those.
I think
John had such a good one.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see how that plays. Anyways, we just watched Ted Lasso, Season 3, Episode 2. And it was solid.
Season 2 almost seems like a hay dream to me.
Oh, yeah. I think when
I almost feel like this is season 2, but it's not.
Yeah, especially with the whole... I'll probably take this off.
Yeah, those things are
Yeah,
irritating
they
as hell.
itch. Just did it for the Tedism.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, definitely.
Reuse.
Yeah,
Hardly
yeah,
use
yeah.
this mustache. I can do it for next Tedism. So last time you mentioned that you thought that they got relegated, but this time they confirmed that they got promoted.
Yeah.
So
That must have been season 2.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like I don't remember
don't
it either.
even
It feels like
remember.
Roy like quit last time and he was on the field and they lost by that buzzer beater by Jamie, but I think that was season 1.
Ted Lasso season 2 is like trying to explain a dream to somebody.
Yeah,
And you're like,
they could
there
have
was a dog there. It died. There was soccer.
yeah.
I mean, it was just impossible. I don't know what to tell you.
So
But this was a good episode.
yeah, it was great. This one
Classic
brings me
episode.
back. I think like after season 2, I was a little bit like not as excited as I would typically be for.
Even episode 1 of this
Lasso.
season, I was kind of like,
I was iffy about it. I was like, is this gonna slap? And it was okay. But this one is where Ted Lasso needs to be.
yeah.
So I thought it was a great episode. It had some classic laughs. I mean, right out the gate, I was laughing.
I like Keely.
Oh yeah, I like.
Has
Haley.
she lost a significant amount of weight?
She looks really skinny.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
she
like
does
she was
drugs.
always skinny.
I don't know.
I hope she doesn't do
No,
drugs.
but, I mean, she was always
went
skinny.
crazy
but she
skinny.
does look skinny. Like,
But this
in the
might have been
face.
like, I don't know anything about.
What would you rank her out
famous
of
Brits.
10? On a
7.
A 7?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're all crazy about Keely.
Wait, why did Keely break up with you? I broke up with her. What?
What?
This is the greatest, single-handedly the greatest girl that any of us have ever met.
Yeah, they all love Keely. I mean, once Jamie finds out they've broken up, he seems like he's all about it. But anyways, it opens up and Keely's working, and she works in an anti-fun office.
Yeah.
And I've
They're
just
so boring.
yeah, and so
I don't go to the office. But I don't go to work to have fun.
but at least lighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to write down things that I like that they say.
Yeah,
and
quotes.
This is an easy one. Oi, lighten up.
No.
Keely always is saying oi.
Oi?
Oi.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just
yeah.
oi.
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 It's like, hey.
You guys want to hang out later, oi?
She says, oi. don't do anything I want to do.
Yeah, that's what
And
she said.
then
to
this
the
guy goes, what did you do?
Yeah, that guy's classic too. Because when she calls out to him, he stands up really fast.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's like,
just
they're
an
also
unsung
stiff,
hero.
and then he stands up when she like looks out there. It's
Yeah.
hilarious. But
I missed that part. That's funny.
so we get Trent Krim. He's back.
I love that guy.
Trent Krim is class.
I love Trent Krim.
Yeah, big
and
Trent
Roy
Krim fan.
Kent, Trent Krim. I feel
Yeah.
like that's going to be a classic combo.
The cast of Ted Lasso. I know Ted, Beard, Rebecca, Roy, and Sam. I think were all at the White House recently.
Oh, yeah?
They did a little talk about mental health.
Okay.
And Ted talked about it.
A TED Talk?
Ted did that like a White House presser. Yeah, TED Talk. He did like a little White House presser, but it was just about mental health, so I didn't have to, freak out about it getting political.
Nice. Good
And then
job.
at the end, he goes, I got time for at least one more question. And he's like, how about you? And then it pans to the crowd at the White House, and he goes, Trent Krim, the Independent.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a
It was
great...
great. You're like, what do you got?
Season 3 coming soon.
Yeah, it must have happened recently. I just saw this.
What is it, advertisement thing?
I'm sure it was like part of it. It was, they
I didn't
talked
see it,
about
though.
mental health, but I think the whole thing was to advertise,
Yeah.
season 3. But they had Trent Krim there too.
And they're all like, hey, Ted, we got Trent Krim here. He wants to make a book about us. And
We all think it's a great idea.
And then they're like, don't do it.
And they're like, we just said it's up to the coach. And then,
why would you leave that to Ted?
I know, like Ted's gonna say no. I'm
Yeah.
like, why? Ted's not gonna say no.
Rebecca should have said no.
Yeah, so they're like, hey, yeah, we think it's a great idea. And then Trent Krim looks at Ted, and they're all like, say no, say no. And it's like,
Well, I think it's a great idea, buddy.
I think it's a great idea. When do you start? So that was silly. Then they start talking about this guy named Zava, who is a soccer
Josh.
player, and he's
a striker.
yeah, he's one of the best strikers, and he's quitting his team, and now they have availability to sign him. And so I'm like, oh, new character alert. But then also the way they talked about him, I said, this is definitely a play on a real guy named Zlatan.
Huh?
I found out about him a couple years
Is he
ago.
a douche?
He's a soccer player that's like really good. He's old.
Does he talk to himself
He's
in
very
third person?
douchey. He's super douchey. He's like,
Does he talk to himself like
yes,
Zava
like
does?
Zlatan is a god.
Really?
Yes, I mean,
That's such a pimp thing
and
to
then
do.
he left the Euro League and came and played in LA. So like a big drop off.
Yeah.
Just like this guy did. And I said to Taylor, I was like, this is a play on Zlatan. And she's like, who? And I said, when we see this guy, and I pulled him up, and I said, if he looks like this guy, that is what they're doing.
Does he look like Trash
Exactly.
Pony?
Oh my god, he's got the ponytail. He's tall. He's skinny. He's got the nose.
Dang.
He's got the facial hair.
What did Zlatan do?
They
to
do
the
this
Ted
to-
Lasso commune?
I mean, this is just how he is in real life. The guy acts just like him.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just how he is.
Oh, so he's like, yeah, that's classic. Zlatan. That's classic Zlatan.
Yeah, the guy's name's Zava. His name's Zlatan. I mean, it's definitely a play on him, and I think Ted's done that in the past. So it was expected. Let me pull him up real quick to show you.
I feel like I recognize this guy.
Yeah. So I mean,
Wow, that's the actor too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same exact
I
guy.
know. I'm like, dude, they're playing on Zlatan. So it turns
Yeah.
out that's definitely what they were doing.
Also, shout out to you for knowing who that is.
Yeah. So Rebecca wants to get Zlatan on the team because she really doesn't want Rupert to have
Zava.
Zava. Yeah. Yeah.
Why did they both have to start with Z
I know.
too?
I mean, it was like such a play on the character. It was
not
great.
even like a creative one.
Yeah.
They just threw him in there.
Yeah. So Rebecca wants to get him on the team, and Trent Krim's like, "Are you gonna get him on the team just so Rupert can't?" And he looks at her, and everyone behind him is like, "Say no, say no,"
Yeah.
and she's like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
I
and
like
it's
it.
Beast. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
and
like-
nobody can lie to Trent Krim.
Yeah.
I
Trent
guess
Krim is so likable now.
he used to be a chotch, and you know who he's got to thank for his new likableness? The American. Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. He was
Also,
hating.
Roy Kent.
Yeah, actually, I've always liked Trent Krim though as a character because like when he goes to the spicy food and he interviews Ted like all day,
Yeah, that was
a good
great.
one.
And then he writes a Beast article about him.
Yeah.
But it was because of Ted.
Yeah, he loves Ted. Here we go with another one. Bruv.
Bruv.
They say bruv a lot.
Yeah. Oof.
Bruv, you've got to clenched ass.
I mean, I think you mentioned it and I noticed it, but I feel like Jamie's like either he like went dumpster diving through like the Scottish Isles, or like he's just like changed his accent.
No,
completely.
he's always talked like
No,
that, bro.
no,
He's always
he's
been
like-
serious, bruv. You got to clenched ass,
I'm
bruv.
gonna give you a hug. I don't even know what
I'm
he's
gonna give you a hug. Give you a
Good
hug,
for you.
bruv.
Yeah, I mean,
Bruv.
this dude he's on a different module now.
Yeah. So, Jamie finds out that Keely and Roy break up. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, God, here we go. He's going back for Keely.
And he goes, good man.
And instead, he goes and he follows after Roy. And
I wrote that down.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, man, you good? And he was like, what the hell are you on about?
yeah, and I love Roy and Jamie.
Yeah, they're a classic combo,
They started
too.
off hating each other, but he's like, he's like, who told you? And he said, I used body science.
Yeah. Yeah, he took that right off
'cause
of that.
What was it? Isaiah? What's it?
Isaac.
Isaac.
Yeah.
He's like, you can tell off the body language. And then he goes, who told you? And he goes,
Is it down?
oh, I
Arms
use
across?
body science.
Yeah.
And he goes to hug him, and he goes, what are you doing? Or whatever. And he goes,
Just gonna hug ya.
yeah, he goes, it's called empathy, you dusty old fart.
Yeah. They say some classic lines. Roy said something to the old dude when he walked into the stadium that cracked me up.
Yeah.
It's like, what's up, you old mother? And
Yeah.
then he turned around and he was like, Roy!
That scene with Jamie and Roy was classic though, because then he also says, I know how skittish old guys can be because the wool. Talking about Roy. Like he was in the war.
Jamie is very likable.
Jamie
now.
is turning into like one of the best characters. I think he's gonna be classic.
I like
Because now
Jamie
he's.
right now.
I wish that he was still like one of the best players. They kind of did away with him being really, really good at soccer.
Oh, if you want to talk about that, what about Danny Rojas?
That
Supposed
he's-
to be the Hispanic Jamie Tart to take his place, and now he's just getting kicked in the face.
And Sam hasn't really done anything.
yeah, but Sam was always kind of like.
No, he was a stud. I thought.
I thought they were like, oh, Sam's in some trouble. He's
Oh, he's
something's on
falling
his
off?
mind. And then
Oh.
they're like, oh, hey man,
Be a goldfish.
be a goldfish. That was
Okay.
Sam. And then also it was like, hey buddy, here's a little slice of home because you're away.
Yeah.
That was also Sam.
Coach, we don't have the same fondness for the troops that you have.
Yeah, that's you did Jamie Tart. You didn't do Sam.
No, I was I was doing an lasagna.
Okay. Hey, better than I would have done.
Coach, how was
Coach,
that?
I don't know.
Coach, we don't have the same funds. It's hard switching back and
Mom
forth.
was a muggle.
Okay, and then
What's
they're in
that
the
line?
room with Mom's a muggle, Dad's a witch. No, Dad's a muggle, Mom's a witch. Bit of a nasty shock for him when he found out.
Bit of a nasty shock.
Bit of a nasty shock for him when he found out.
Mom's a muggle. Dad's a witch.
Mom's a witch.
Tough. Okay.
So, in that same scene with Jamie and Nate, he's like says something about William, and then in the corner is the William guy with Jamie and Roy.
Yeah.
And he said something about William, and then you notice that William's been sitting there in the corner the whole time, and he is the new Nate from season 1.
Yeah.
Like this nerd, likable guy. And he said, we should all go out sometime for shots, beers, fish bowls.
That's what Jamie said.
No, the William kid, the nerd.
Dang.
trainer. Fish bowls. Single guys club. He said something like that.
What did they say about him?
They just like looked at him like, Roy.
No, what did Jamie say when he was like, William?
I can't remember. He was like, don't you say anything either, William.
Oh, okay.
Like they were talking, he was like, don't you say anything. Roy was, and he was like, and don't you say anything either, William.
And
And
Roy
then
didn't know.
And he didn't know William was in there the whole time. He might have known, but they act like he wasn't. And then we
Yeah.
find out. And he goes, oh, no, it's okay. I just recently experienced a breakup, too. He said, we should go out sometime for shots, beers, fish bowls.
Fish bowls?
Yeah. Single guys club.
Fish bowls. The only place I can think of that has that is like the Nook. Never had them.
They have them in like several places.
Seems like too much punch.
Way too much. That's a hangover waiting to happen.
That's too much punch.
So I think that kid's pretty classic. He has some potential.
Fish bowls?
Fish bowls. And then 11:11 was a big thing in this one.
Yeah.
They mentioned it like several times, and they're talking about the whole locker room together, and they're like, Coach, we got to find out if this is true. And he goes, what? That we're getting Zava? And he's like, Rojas is like, I just wished for that.
30 seconds.
30 seconds ago. Rojas had some classic ones in this.
He said, wait, you guys heard that we might be getting Zava? And Rojas is like, whoa.
I
And then
just
they're
wished
like,
for that 30 seconds ago.
wait, if it's not that, it must be about Trent Krim coming to write a book about us and it's going to be with the team this whole year.
Yeah.
You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, this whole scene was classic
Yeah,
too.
Ted just-
And then they're like, well, then what is it? And he goes, we heard that Roy and Keeley broke up.
Yeah, and then he passes out
Oh,
or
and-
like faints. I love that.
Coach Beard screams.
Oh yeah, he had some classic yelps the whole entire episode.
He screamed. That was classic. So that whole thing was good. He also screams when Roy comes in and says that he broke up with her.
Yeah.
He does a Beard scream again.
Oh, but when Roy comes in, and then I think it's when Trent Krim, like he yells at all the teammates and they're like,
Yeah.
nobody say a dang thing to this gaffer. I think
Yeah.
that means like coach or something, but regardless.
No, I think like loser.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think Jamie like broke character. It was like whatever his
There was
actor's
another
name
time
in
when
the
he was
back.
laughing in Dickens.
Yeah, he was. I think that was the same spot. He
Taylor
was in
said,
the
"Look
back.
at Jamie."
And this dude's like laughing, but it's also a part that Jamie could have laughed
Yeah.
in. But I think he broke character.
I think he broke character too.
Yeah.
I thought that too. Taylor was like, "Look at Jamie," and he's like dying.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I mean,
everyone else is supposed to be like scared. So
Right. And Jamie used to be the chotch you didn't want to see in a scene.
Yeah.
Now you're looking for him when he's in the back of a scene.
And I love
That's called character
I
development.
love a good break character. I know if they spotted a break character, they would cut it. But it's great to catch one. You know, when
Yeah.
you're like, oh, that guy's laughing.
Like,
I caught him laughing.
Like Jim, a bunch of gym scenes.
Oh, all
and,
the
like,
gym scenes are hilarious.
Oh yeah, like what? Oh, when he popped the medicine ball.
There's one where I think I caught Ryan laughing once.
Oh, they're
I'll have to
always
go
laughing.
back.
Or when Kevin sits on Michael's lap. as
I'm talking
Santa
about in a
Claus.
live episode.
I think it might have been Kevin sits on Michael's lap. as
He
Santa.
laughs?
Oh, him and Kelly are both off, like to the left. Like everybody's dying. Laughing.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, like nobody's in that scene.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. That one
Untie
scene.
1,000 helium balloons to you, so Santa doesn't have to go through this again.
Or the one that probably had the most cuts, because there's a whole like thing, like video clip of Jim's cuts.
Yeah.
And the one when Michael pushes the TV into the wall.
Oh,
at the dinner
yeah,
party,
they said
he
that
laughs
never
so
got done.
hard time.
Yeah.
Every time. And once you start laughing at something, it's probably
it's even
it's
tougher.
worse the next time, because then you're thinking about the last time when you were laughing so hard.
Yeah, it's like a teacher
Poop on
tells
me.
you not to laugh. Poop
My-
on me.
Poop on me.
The second we hit publish, it was like, oh, this isn't funny anymore.
we made a Vine that
It was,
we swore was going famous.
This is how it started. I think, John, you were mayonnaise.
Hey guys, catch up.
No, you said.
Mayonnaise got a lot of stuff around here.
And then I said, hey, guys, catch up. And then my buddy Cole said, hey, guys, poop on me.
And we
And we were in a Walmart.
yeah, we tried to film that for like
An hour in the frozen.
I didn't even know what Grey Poupon was.
No, not until then.
Not until then. And
No,
I
we were
think
like- I
that
think-
was that Vine's problem. No one knew what Poupon was.
Grey Poupon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Maybe
people
we need
knew
to,
what
like, zoom
Poupon
in more.
was,
Yeah.
my God,
Vine, legendary.
that was a hilarious condiments Vine.
I had a
Probably
video
the funniest
stolen by-
condiment Vine.
You remember the video I had stolen by Bat Dad? He was
That
really
was
popular at
crazy.
the time. Yeah, and he blocked all my friends. 'Cause they
Yeah,
were
Zach was
"Hey,
like, you
our
stole
video."
this, and then everyone would comment, you stole this.
Yeah, he's from like Atlanta.
Oh, another great Vine when you ate that
You can still
fish.
fess up.
Zach
Allegedly.
Zach had PETA after him after he ate a fish in Walmart.
Allegedly ate a fish.
He ate a fish.
Allegedly reached my hand into the aquarium and allegedly took out a goldfish and swallowed it whole.
Hey,
Allegedly.
What was it? I think I just met a new friend.
I think I just made a new friend. And
then he ate a fish. Do you eat all your friends?
It's funny, but that is actually the second time I ate a goldfish. And last, thankfully. But we had
What,
homecoming.
Oops, didn't hit record. I'm talking about when you were.
You scared the hell out of me. No. At homecoming, as party favors for a bunch of like 11th graders, they were like, we're going to give you some goldfish. And then like right when we left, I just was like, you guys want to see me swallow this goldfish? So I knew I could do it. I
And you
wasn't
know
camera
it got,
shy.
it got a lot of hits. You know,
Yeah.
everyone I bet was like, "That's crazy."
No, it was probably like 2 people. It wasn't like I gathered a crowd. No, but it went big on Vine.
Yeah, that
'cause
was the most famous Vine. That's
I
for
had,
sure.
like, death threats.
Yeah.
Not big ones, but someone was like,
Small
one of my favorites, one was like, somebody was like, I hope you get eaten by a giant goldfish.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a just way if I had to go.
So that scene when they're like talking about, wait, how'd you hear about that? You know?
Yeah.
And then there was so much confusion in that, and they're like, wait, Zava is going to write a book about Trent Krim. Why would he do that?
They said that.
Yeah. The goalie, I think he goes, wait, why would Zava write a book about Trent Krim? And they're all just
Everybody's
so
got lines this episode.
This was a
bro.
great
They're
episode.
crushing it.
The confusion was hilarious. And then he's telling everyone not to talk to Trent Krim.
Yeah.
And I think maybe it's Rojas. He's like, oh, hey, Trent Krim. And then like looks over, I guess, at Roy or something. Or they all look at him like, don't say anything. He goes, oh, I mean, F off, Trent Krim.
I love the relationship all the players have with Roy. I live for Danny Rojas, live for Jamie now.
Yeah.
Always liked Coach Beard.
Beard's
except for
classic.
that
That
one
was Beard
episode. Yeah, the one time he needed to make his mark, he missed it.
Yeah.
But around this time, I said, and it hasn't come true in this episode, but I had a prediction. Roy Kent is going to spill his guts to Trent Krim.
Oh, he kind of already did.
Yeah, he did at
I don't
the
know
end,
if he's
but like
going
I think they're going to be in that office together, and they're just going to get chatty.
I think you nailed it, but that was Roy spilling his guts.
Okay.
I think he's already done enough spilling of his guts.
So
to
you
Trent
think-
Krim. Even
yeah.
at the so he did the one thing with the wallet that we'll get to, and then he did the other thing at the end where he's talking to Ted,
Yeah.
but he's comfortable with him being there. I think that's as good as he's going to give it.
That's as good as it gets.
If he's spilling his guts to anyone, it's Ted. Like a real spilled guts.
Oh, yeah.
I
I don't even like soccer.
So
Ted could get that out of you.
Yeah.
Like, just completely turn your world around.
So now we go to Keely. She's filming a commercial or something with a goat, and her friend's there, and her friend has like an idea for the commercial.
Well, how about you
Use
back up the camera a little bit,
use
put
a
some
strobe
strobe
light,
light.
and, you know, yeah, everyone moving around right in front of the camera.
Yeah, and then you won't need any more
It'll look
gaffers.
like there's a lot of gaffers here. So I was like,
oh,
oh,
Keely's like, revelation.
yeah. I was like, oh shit, this girl's gonna steal Keely's job.
Oh, you thought?
That was my
Oh.
first thought.
Oh,
Now I'm
no,
totally
no,
against
she's
that.
terrible.
But that was what I wrote down as a
I
first
think
thought.
the path they're going down is like,
She's
don't
gonna make
hire
her,
your
yeah,
friends.
exactly.
Yeah.
We got to that later. And then there's a scene where Rebecca's talking to her mom, and she's,
oh no, but in that scene, so in the Keely when she's talking to her friend at the commercial scene, the sheep or the goat, whatever, the sheep poops, and then she's like, "Oh no, babe, she
I
don't
dated a
want."
footballer.
Yeah, she's
What?
like, "No, babe, she don't want to sweep it up; it'll smear. You wanna pick it up with something and put it in the trash can." I know. I was married to a footballer.
The Dickens
Like,
are footballers up there.
Shitting themselves?
Yeah,
Like, I had no idea
I
what
had
that
that
meant.
same thing. I was like, what the heck does that mean?
What does it mean?
What does a bean mean? So I definitely thought about that too. So then Rebecca is FaceTiming her mom, and her mom starts it off with, "Oh, I dreamed you were murdered last night."
Yeah, psychopath.
Do you like hearing about people's dreams?
No.
Oh, I think it's the top one worst thing.
Certainly, if that's what the outcome
Yeah,
is.
definitely if I'm dying in it.
Yeah, or
What
like
the hell's
if
that
it
mean?
true. Also, if it was like kind of realistic.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, you were
yeah.
driving to work on Monday. 18-wheeler slid out.
It was right on that busy intersection.
You know the one you say you're always scared of?
because you once almost got hit by an 18-wheeler. This time you did.
It was just like that.
No one wants to hear that. Ugh.
Everybody else was fine. But yeah, keep your dreams to yourself, please.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like they'll be getting Zava. I don't remember what happened at this point, but I said that. And then everyone is scared of Trent Krim. He's like walking around the facility, and everyone like hushes when he
He
comes
liked
by.
it though.
Oh, dude.
He kind of like once he like walked out, they like hush when he walks in, and then he leaves, and they immediately start talking, and he just gives like a kind of like,
Haha, this is kind of funny.
"I am Trent Krim."
Oh, I mean, I think he just thought it was funny.
Yeah, but anyways, so then turns out Trent Krim and Roy.
Ted makes him work in the same office.
Yeah,
Classic Ted move.
Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'll do? You know what we do with tough cookies?
You know what happens when you have two pit bulls that are mad at each other? You put them in the same cage and you let them fight it out.
That's a good Tedism. Oh, shit. Okay, so then in the office, Roy gets a care package of like, "I'm sorry." And it was from, who's Liza? He had a note that said there's a lot of fish in the sea, and it also was a C. So I thought their name was going to start with a C,
I
then it
didn't
said
even like
from
pay
Liza.
attention to all that stuff. I just figured, okay, so this is when I had my prediction because I figured Roy was gonna see all these like, oh no, I'm so sorry about your breakup,
Yeah.
and then be like, you know what else? Jamie Todd's left-footed. I don't know.
What
But
do you
like,
mean?
he kicks with his other leg. I don't know, but I'm saying I thought he was gonna spill his guts to Roy Kent or
to Trent Krim
in
right
that
there?
moment. Or at least, yeah.
Okay, but do you know a character named Liza?
No.
That's who the note was from.
Well, then, if you see a note from somebody, then you're probably going to see them in a later episode.
So you think it could be a new character that likes him or something?
Roy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck, I'm on the Ted Lasso Keeley train on this point.
What do you mean by that?
They're next.
You want them? Oh, so
I want them mingling.
it looks like I mean, here's the note he got, and it's exactly what I said from Liza. But there's not like I typed in Ted Lasso Liza, and I guess there's not really unless she's like casted as it. And
Well,
I think he might have
spoiler.
an ex-lover or something.
Yeah. That looks like somebody that'd be good for old Roy Kent.
Yeah, because I would be Team Keeley and Jamie,
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
but I like Roy and Keeley, so who knows?
But what about Ted
And
Lasso and Keeley?
And that'd be a good one.
That's what I was talking about, and you were confused.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know what you were saying.
I think season 1 when they were kind of like talking. And
Oh,
Keeley
I
was
don't
with
like that at
Jamie.
all. I like Rebecca and Ted.
Oof.
That's way better.
No, I like Rebecca's friend and Ted.
Oh, she's
That
a
one's good.
nutcase. Ooh, no to what, Tay? Which one is gross? Rebecca and Ted. Anyways, so
good.
Roy and Trent are in the same office, and Trent gets a phone call, and Roy pops. He starts popping
That
all
was
these
great.
balloons he got, like one by one. I thought he was popping it because he didn't like the balloons. I didn't know he was doing it just to annoy Trent, because as soon as Trent left, he stopped popping the balloons.
Oh yeah.
Well,
duh.
Roy's like a stoic, mean guy, and he was.
That's not. He would have thrown him in the trash can.
Oh, true.
He wouldn't have popped them all individually.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, but that was a great Roy
So
moment.
and then
Roy
he-
had 4 or 5 laughs this episode. Jamie had 4 or 5 laughs.
Yeah,
Ted.
lots of laughs. This is a
Ted's
great episode.
kind of slowing down in the laugh factor.
I kind of like it. I like a little bit of Ted.
I like
mean,
a
love
little bit of
but
Ted.
if they're gonna, all these other characters are gonna,
and
get
they're
it,
booming.
Yeah,
they're booming right now.
I
Stocks
love
are
it.
up.
Yeah, stocks are way
Yeah,
up.
Jamie's beast now. And Ted, from what I've seen this episode, his heart's this season. His heart's not in it.
Oh yeah, I mean, were you the one who did you tell me that this is the last season?
I think
That would suck.
Yeah,
It's
it would
sitting-
suck,
looks like
but
it's
no.
sitting at stride.
I think 5 seasons
They're-
is a good number for this.
this would be a good 5-season show. I think that they need to end on like a win. There's no way they win the whole league.
I would be cool with Ted becoming a recruiter, Coach Beard becoming head coach. They give more screen time to Coach Beard, all the players, and then the other, like Keeley's little side party, Nate's little side party, and then just have Jason Sudeikis if he wanted to do some other things.
Yeah.
He just comes in, recruits a couple people.
The
new
show is
character.
named Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso, recruiter.
Yeah.
I mean-
I'll say this though. I think that this show could, right at this moment, could do without Ted more than The Office could do without Steve Carell. Like when Steve Carell was leaving, I was like, oh, this show's gonna suck. But with Ted was gonna leave, if Jason Sudeikis was gonna leave, I'd be like, this show has a shot.
Yeah, but they would need
He definitely
like a,
holds it all together.
they could like
Roy
they
could be
could
the
make
head coach.
Nate Goodman again.
Nate
Let
could be good
Nate
man
come
again,
back.
but that'd be tough. He's got a tough road back
Oof.
now.
Yeah, it's such a tough road. He's such a jerk.
So now we go back to Keely's work, and she had hired her best friend that was at that thing, and I said,
Yeah.
damn, Babs is harsh, because she's got this assistant that's like a little bit of an enforcer, a lot more serious than Keely, and so she sits her friend down, and she's like, so, what's your job title?
Yeah, been to university.
What university did you go to? I didn't go to university. What was your job before this? I was a model. Okay, so you have no education, no experience. and
You hardly got an ass.
you got no experience, and you have a made-up job title. Do I have that correct? And then she storms off, and then Keely goes after her and is like, that was super mean, Babs.
But she should have laid the hammer down more, but then she sees the snowballs.
Oh, well,
No,
I mean,
not
I
so
thought
bad.
I said Babs was harsh, but she was correct. I mean, she just hired this girl off the streets just
Absolutely.
for mentioning a strobe light.
Yeah, I mean, I could have done that.
Yeah. But anyways,
just put the shutter on, put the frame to 350, and then just ball, baby.
yeah. So Keely goes to talk to her and be like, "What the heck was that all about? That was mean." And Babs has a collection of snow globes.
Is her name Babs?
Barbara and
Keely calls
called her Babs, and she goes, "No," and she goes, "Yeah, it didn't sound right, like coming out of my mouth."
But did she keep calling her Babs?
No, but I liked it, so
Yeah,
I
Babs
call her
is
Babs. So Babs connects snow
Also,
globes.
Barb. Barbara's a pretty good nickname.
Yeah.
Barb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Keely is like, "Oh, I like your snow globe collection," and then Babs is like, "Okay, you can keep your friend. Here's a job title."
Oh, wow. I really like your snow globes. All
Yeah.
right,
So
fine.
I think snow globes is a pretty odd thing to collect.
Yeah, but
Then it gets weirder.
not compared to what I got.
Okay, you want to do it?
You want to do the game
course.
right now? Okay.
All right. We are going to do the 4 horsemen of weird things to collect.
All right, I'm 0 for 3 on the coin toss, and I think it's tails, so I'm going to say heads.
Hey!
Yeah! Oh!
That's your new system.
My God!
You know what? You're gonna keep on making me lose. I'll show you.
We'll go against my own self.
I told God tails all day today.
All right, number 1, toenail clippings.
Okay, are we gonna do stuff like this?
See, I didn't know.
I said,
most
like,
of the
not
stuff that
like
wasn't
dog
weird
shit.
wasn't weird. People
I
could
think
have
most collections are weird.
coins are not weird.
I have that on my list.
They're practical. You make money off of coins.
Do you? You have a coin collection? How much money do
My
you make
number
off of it?
2.
Do you
I
even
don't
make...
have the coin collection.
All right. My first one is baby teeth and hair.
Okay,
Like,
well, that
people-
was like my number 3.
You have baby teeth?
I had hair.
Hair. Well, I'm talking first haircut hair. I'm not talking about someone who just keeps all their hair. That was on
Celebrities' hair.
Do people do that?
Yeah,
Okay, sure.
I think.
Where do you get celebrity
I
hair?
Google searched it. All right, well, if you didn't like my number 1, you're really not going to like my number 2.
Okay.
All right. I don't even want to say it.
Is it dog poop?
Placenta.
Well,
I know.
people collect those or they keep theirs?
Yeah, once you have more than 2 kids, you're a collector.
Do they just keep them forever?
They freeze them.
Don't they eventually eat them or something?
Yeah. The only way I'm doing that is as a practical joke on my own kid.
Hey guys, everyone want to see me eat a placenta?
That's better than a goldfish.
that could go. You should try that on TikTok.
No, I saw a video and it's like it's Kardashians, and one of them made the rest of them eat placenta.
Ooh, theirs?
Yeah, like one of I don't remember which sister it was, but the rest of them ate it. Yeah, not
My number 2, dolls, particularly Barbies. Weird thing to collect.
also has a lot of money behind it.
Do
That's why I
they?
didn't
When have
really
you ever
know.
heard of someone going, ha ha ha, I sold a bunch of Barbies, made a bunch of money?
Why? I'm sure all the time.
No, you know who collected coins? You. How much money did you make off of that?
I could have made a lot.
You know who had?
You know what happens when you collect coins? You keep them.
You know what? Yeah. Ooh, I have a 50-cent piece that's worth 52 cents.
If I was dead, no. There's some of them like hundreds of years old
And what? does
in
that
mint
get
and
you?
dish. I don't know.
Okay.
At least the value of the coin in some cases.
Okay.
But yeah. All right. So my number 3, which is a little bit more reasonable, is super soakers,
What are those? Like gun? Like
water guns.
people collect those?
Yeah. I Google searched it. They said so.
People collect super soakers.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that should be on the list either. Imagine you've collected 100 super soakers.
Too many super
You invite
soakers.
100 friends.
Okay,
over,
that's okay. Well, that's different.
and you guys all super soak
It's
each
only
other.
it's cool right up until the point where you have more super soakers than friends.
Okay, fair.
If
But
you're
what
like,
if
"Oh,
you
go
want
on
to
the
go
wall."
double gun and you got like some good ones?
There's
some
some
bad ones?
there's a
And
leniency.
you can super soak that hoe.
Yeah. But if you got 200 plus super soakers or like every single super soaker,
I've never heard of someone collecting those. Okay,
it happens.
I have
This was a tough game.
signatures, particularly as an adult, like getting a famous person's signature.
If it's like-
what are you gonna do with that?
I would say if you like printed out like a picture of their face and then were like sign this, or like you planned this, you
Yeah.
you knew where they were gonna be. that's weird. If you were like, hey, man,
Get a picture.
I love you. Will you sign my baseball cap?
Just get a picture with him. I still think that's weird. What
If you had a hat on.
Hey,
You met Post Malone? You don't want him to sign anything?
no, I got a photo with him. True story. And
signed
also, I'm not talking about for resale value. Because not everyone's collecting stuff to sell
Also,
and make money, right?
congratulations.
Someone is collecting these coins just to have them and look at them.
Yeah, I mean, I was confused by the question. There are so many weird things people could collect.
All right, what's
Banana sticker collection. I think that's my number 4.
banana stickers?
Yeah.
That's a collection.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a weird one.
Thank you.
I went with trading cards, more so Pokemon.
That's where all the money's at.
But baseball is odd too. I mean, I know people make a lot of money off
Rookie
cards.
cards,
I think that
Pokemon.
yes, but I'm talking about the people who keep it just to be like, oh, this is mine. At
Okay.
some point, someone bought it for the full price, and it's never appreciating. Also, there's got to be a moment to sell these cards where they are at peak value. Do you think that there is a card, a rookie card, of some guy that was like top 10 in 1950 that is even more?
Yeah.
Why? Like, wouldn't it Chipper Jones
Because
rookie
the more
card?
time that passes in between their rookie year and the year that it is makes it more important.
But at some point, no one's going to even see this guy play, and no one's going to give a care.
That's true.
So, like, I feel like Chipper Jones's rookie card will be at its best value in, like, 20, 30 years. Anything after that, then it's like, who the hell's Chipper Jones? We got Mike Trout and guys like that are even better.
That's fair.
Okay? That's
All
where I'm
right,
at.
well, that's it.
Do you have any other ones?
I wrote chapstick collection.
Is that a collection?
I looked this up. You keep asking me. I don't
Okay.
know these people.
I
just
had
Google searched it.
coins, especially state quarters.
You already had coins.
No, I never listed it. We talked about it.
No.
That coins is my next one, especially state quarters. Like, what's so cool about
I
Idaho state
collected
quarter?
those state quarters when I was younger. I feel like this is a personal attack.
How many of those quarters, those state Idaho quarters, do you think are just out there in Idaho?
Well, some of them were pretty damn rare because I didn't see them.
What if you were in the state? Do you think they're not that rare there? I feel like we've seen tons of Georgia. You know? So it's really, they might not be that
Crazy.
Uh,
Some of those coins got all the way to me.
rare. Yeah, that's
actually
kind of,
beautiful.
if they did start there,
Yeah.
that's an interesting thing.
See?
Finally, someone that explains
Everything about the damn coins are interesting.
model trains, planes, and cars. I think that's a little
Pretty
bit.
cool.
Wow, you're just a collector guy.
I would love a model train somewhere, not taking up a ton of my space. You're telling me if there was a model train that went on my ceiling all the way across my house. you wouldn't
Okay,
think
that's
that was
not
cool?
collecting trains, is it? I mean, that's one big train. I feel like some people have like a whole train collection. Oh, here's one that I actually meant to put on my list of my top 4. I would have done instead of trading cards. Christmas villages.
Yeah.
People like collect a piece
Yeah,
of that, and then
like,
they try
get,
and have a
the
massive
villagers,
village.
Make it bigger.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Rocks
Yeah, rocks are weird.
and stamps.
Stamps are weird.
Soda bottles and cans.
I saw that one.
What about puppets? Do you think that's weird?
Very.
I think puppets is really weird.
I think that might.
I even
should
know a
have
guy
been
named.
number one.
Well, I had dolls and Barbies.
Not as weird as puppets.
Yeah, I mean, I even know a guy named Puppet Dude. Sorry, Puppet Dude. He's got a lot of puppets.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You know?
from camp. He was a puppet dude. Sorry, Puppet Dude, but I just think puppets are a bit odd.
Yeah, they're a bit weird, but if you like them,
So wait, do you
then
still
you're
collect
weird.
anything?
No.
You had coins.
Uh,
Did you have anything else?
I had coins. I collected coins.
What's a cool thing to collect?
Coins.
Meh. My grandpa collects hats. George
The hats are dope.
That was a good one.
Yeah, and then we
That's-
always got one.
Retro, some clothing stuff is cool because then you can be like, wow, that was retro and beast.
Yeah. So, I mean, some of the stuff I was like, man, I wish I was collecting this.
Oh, I collect.
I wish I had collected 1,000 Furbies when I was younger.
beer bottle caps, and I was gonna do something with them, but
Yeah, I've done that before. I collected license plate signs, thinking I
that
was
was
going to
an
do something
okay
with
one.
that.
I wouldn't have those one. Neither of those would have made my weird list because I
Yeah.
feel like you're gonna make something out of it,
It's always make something, and now they're just
sitting out there.
gathering dust.
Yeah,
I should make something.
you should. Get
Let's
back
end
to
this
that.
podcast.
Yeah. All right, that was a good one.
Back to the so that was just a little
Little,
intermission game.
yeah.
I got one more game too.
I got the kind of a game.
Okay, well that was almost kind of an answer.
So she has snow globes. So then at this point, I'm wondering, what did Trent do to Roy? Because he's like acting. I'm like, what is the deal? So I know that they're gonna find that.
And the game begins, right?
Yeah, the game begins. Oh yeah, I think that was like during the pregame speech, and I was like, and they were all quiet again. I was like, what happened? Like,
what's going on here? Where's the beef?
So then they mention it, and they definitely got promoted last season to the Premier League. We really needed a recap.
Oh, please. Thank
Yes.
you. I mean, they did say, they were like, okay, well, we're in the Premier League now. And I'm like,
yeah,
blessings.
It feels so good to be back. So,
and that's when Roy says, what's up, you motherfucker?
Yeah, that was hilarious. It's like this old guy at
when did he
Arsenal?
play for Chelsea?
Chelsea.
Yeah.
He's at Chelsea before he came to he talks about it later, but he quit Chelsea and then because he was getting old, and that's when he came down to this team. Like it was a step back. Chelsea was beast.
Okay, but they're both in the Premier League.
Yeah, but I feel like Chelsea's like the Premier League, and they're like the ones that are always getting relegated back and forth.
Yeah.
So I think he knew that like Usher, and he was like, "What's up, you old F?"
Yeah.
And
But anyway,
oh, sorry about you and Keely. He's like, F.
Yeah. I did it. F.
So at this time,
I noticed
Keely
their jerseys are disgusting,
orange polos,
and they say like Banta.
and they've always said Banta.
Oh, really? Do you know what banter means? Like,
It's the
no, not on the jersey. Like when a Brit says, "Bit of banter."
I mean, it just means like chat back and forth. I also think you can banter if you say it in an American accent. That's just a word.
No,
Yeah.
never once.
Yeah.
Never once used that word.
Banter is not a British term.
Oh, they
That's
use
an
it
English
like
term.
they use it
English in the
a
sense
million times a day. When's the last time you said banter in a normal sentence?
When people ask me, "What's your podcast about?" and I go, "Oh, basically we watch a movie and then me and my brother banter back and forth."
No, there's no banter here.
No, we banter. What we're doing right now is bantering about the word banter. This is a banter. So, at the game, Keely gets a text from her friend, Shandy, who says, Keely just got a credit card from the company. Lady tells her not to use it. And then she convinces Barbara to let her friend work there. And then her and Barbara become friends. And you're like, oh, that was nice. And then Shandy texts her, let's get mimosas at work tomorrow on the company credit card. Hee hee.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, God.
You should be fired.
Yeah,
Probably
so
right now.
She learned a classic lesson everyone learns. Do not hire friends. Then Higgins
I guess they really haven't. You can talk about the Higgins things first.
I was just saying Higgins kept saying that, oh, Rupert's not going to be able to get Zava.
Jinxed.
And they're like, he's not even here, and I hear he's going to Chelsea. And then she's like, you're jinxing it. And he does it several times. Then obviously Rupert shows up and he starts talking to Zava.
Yeah, and so Rebecca's talking about how her and Rupert met and how he's just a charming moth. Mm-hmm. And then she tells the story about how Rupert was like... Oh, my God,
here we go. I already know what you're going to say.
Oh, really?
Like how he was POS, so she should have known?
No.
All right, no, okay, keep going. Keep moving forward.
Okay, thank you. So anyways, they go back and forth. He keeps showing up at the bar day in, day out, day in, just keeps chatting with her. And Keely says, there's a fine line between stalking and romance. Mm-hmm. That line is attractiveness. If you don't find this person attractive, you're calling the police.
Oh, that's a stalker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But,
that's a great point. Like, if you are attractive, you can do all the stalking you want.
Yeah, to an extent. Yeah. I haven't seen the show. You. I was gonna say her.
He's attractive, and he's yeah. I mean, he
stalks
way too hard.
Yeah. So he stalks. Any stalk is too hard.
Well, I mean, he stalks them to a degree that they like. All of them end up falling in love with him, but they don't know that he's watching them get changed and stuff. Yeah, that's when it gets creepy. No matter how attractive you are.
He figures out some good things. Smart.
What I was gonna say.
Watches them undress. Not good.
So what I was gonna say about that part you just mentioned is, she is like, hates Rupert because he dumped her for a younger model. But
when she knew,
she was the younger.
She was the younger.
She said,
model.
"Yeah, Rupert came in with his then wife and came back next week and was talking to me for the next 6 weeks." And I was like, "Okay, well, blame yourself then, Chica. You should have known.
Yeah.
You already knew he was a POS."
And now you're old.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rebecca. You're out of your prime.
You think Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriends get pissed when they turn 26 and get broken up with. We've only seen it happen.
Is that the magic number?
Every time they turn 26, he breaks up with them.
No, I can't
Like
feel
3
like
weeks
I'm
after their birthday. Yeah. On their
It's
birthday.
not because of that.
Yeah, on their 26th birthday, he gives them a nice present. He starts planning his escape.
Yeah, she was too
Looking
mature.
for the next one. This is when Roy says that thing. He says, "F you, you old geezer."
Yeah. I love that line.
Then we finally seen Zava at the game, and that's not it clicked. I was like, okay, so this is 100% a play on Zlatan. I mean, they look just alike.
Okay, when he walks in and like raises his arms like he's a god.
The unis are orange. Their colors are red and blue. They're orange polos.
Yeah,
they
were
weird.
Disgusting.
Banter is like just like whoever
Didn't they
sponsors
like?
the team.
Yeah.
who
Wasn't
they
that a
have?
huge thing? Sam had a big thing. With
Yeah,
that.
see, that was part of Dream. Sam.
Yeah, it was part of the
Yeah.
haze of season 2. Mm-hmm. But man,
And then there was a scene where Sam meets with a rich guy that wanted him to play on his team.
yeah, but they were rich like Ethiopian people.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Come back to the homeland." And he
Why
was like,
didn't he?
"Ted is a really good coach."
Ah.
I don't know what he said, but they were like, "Come on, we need you over here." And he was like, "No, I'm going to stay right here."
So then we see Rupert talking to Zava, and I'm like, oh,
Sweet
Rebecca
talking
needs to
hell.
get over there and
Now,
fight for
well,
once.
at this point, that would have been cool. But at this point, I'm like, are they forgetting about the best weapon they have overall in this situation?
Who?
Ted Lasso.
You think he would help this guy?
I don't know. I think
this
after
guy would be
seeing-
very anti-Ted.
After seeing how they got him on the team, I don't think so. But I mean, Ted could
He's
talk.
a schmoozer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he could talk the quills off of a porcupine.
Yeah, that's a good Tedism. So, I like that. So Rupert's schmoozing him, and it looks like he's about to seal the deal on this Zava guy. And Zava leaves the game, and Rebecca's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go talk to him. Oh, but this might be a little premature. Now it's halftime at the game. I think they're down like 1-0.
Yeah.
And Jamie's like, I have an idea. Let's, and then Trent Krim walks in, and they all go silent.
It's like, yeah, at the half.
Yeah.
Stop.
And then, because Roy walks in, or Trent Krim walks in, they're both in there together, and so he stops, and then Ted calls him into, the showers. He's like, you know what? What you need to do right now is you got to order off the vegan menu and squash it.
Yeah. I didn't hear that line. I was too caught up by Roy. He said, Roy, can I talk to you for a minute? And Roy walks in and he goes, what the F is a Hallmark Christmas movie?
Yeah.
And then like Ted sits him down, has a stern talk, says, you know what?
Whatever
you
this
got
is,
to squash this beef.
You got to order
Trent
off the
Krim,
vegan menu and you guys got to squash it.
he's a good man. And then he goes,
And
Hallmark movie.
a
I
Hallmark
mean,
Christmas movie. Yeah, his explanation of it
he
was
goes,
like,
it's just a Christmas movie about
Yeah.
a young girl falling in love with somebody from her old high school. The movies are shit, but they're great. And
right. But they mostly suck. But you know what? They're also really great.
yeah.
Sometimes he's Santa Claus, sometimes he's Prince.
Yeah, I love
They're
Ted
good to watch with the
Lasso.
sound down.
And I mean, maybe not a good description of Hallmark Christmas movies because I can't really think of a Hallmark
Oh, you don't
Christmas
watch
movie
Hallmark
I've seen.
Christmas movie. You don't think watch them. It's on the channel on TV, Hallmark, and they're just like very corny, cheesy BS. We don't watch them.
I feel like I've seen the oldest sister in
Spy Kids?
Full House.
Ah,
She went through some Hallmark
that seems like
movies,
something she would definitely be in.
and then she got re-signed to Full House and didn't have to degrade herself anymore.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen a Hallmark movie with the sister from Spy Kids. And it was about being bullied in high school, I feel like.
Oh yeah,
I think I saw one of those.
that's nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Bullying people.
So
So they squash the beef, and Roy's like, Trent, get in here.
and he scares Trent. He like jumps and everyone. It's hilarious. He's so intense and
Yeah, and
classic.
Jamie's like, that's actually pretty funny when it's not at me.
So then this is when Roy and Trent squash the beef, and Roy reaches into his wallet and pulls out an article that Trent wrote when he first came into the league at 17. He was like, this guy he's so overrated and had a terrible performance. And he's like, these words ate at me my whole career. And he carried around with him in his wallet.
Yeah, I mean,
And
what
Trent's
a
like-
what a wimp.
I'm sorry, I was just,
like, I was just trying to be
get
cool.
trying to get clicks.
Yeah, I was trying to be mean so I could be cool so people would like me.
And Roy's like, we had a lot in common.
We both love Ted Lasso.
No, he said, we both thought each other was shit at the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then they make amends. It's nice. Trent Crimm's beast, Roy's beast.
They're both beast.
So then Rupert is like scoring Zava, and Rebecca finally makes a move, and they run into each other. He's like, "Oh, let me introduce you to my ex-wife, Rebecca."
Rupert is a savant at words.
He's very chotch.
He's so chotch.
I'm like, just call him short. I mean, she towers over him.
I know. I wish I wrote down. I said I wish Rebecca would win one of these talk-offs with Rupert, because
Yes.
Rupert always ends up getting the last word.
And she always has a played nice. And
Yeah.
like, just be like, "Oh, Rupert, it's so nice to see you."
Yeah,
Like,
she should bury that
yeah.
guy.
I mean, and she dwarfs him. He's a tiny little midget
Yeah,
compared to her.
tiny little guy.
I've never noticed how short you were until we got divorced.
Nice.
That'd be a nail.
Yeah.
Rupert.
But so Rebecca gets just steaming hot like a hot potato after a little Rupert trash talk, and then she's like, "Screw this! I'm going to talk to Zava." And she's like,
You are such a dickhead.
"What little kind of bitch are you?
Yeah, you're going to play for the best team.
Oh, you want to play for the best team?
Of course you're going to win. How about just have you because you're scared that everyone will know that you're actually not that good.
Yeah, and then
And you eat too much asparagus
because your piss stinks.
Yeah, she's talking to him in the bathroom, and when she did that, I said, Rebecca just got Zava.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh,
I mean, I knew that
No
it
one
was
ever
either-
taught. He thought he was the king. He said, "It's a pleasure for you to meet me."
Yeah,
earlier. So you're like, "Oh, this guy thinks he's the man." He'd never been talked to like this. You know that she just scored him.
Yeah, I love how he talks too. He said, "Can I talk?" And he goes, "Zava will not be joining Chelsea." And then that was it. And then, I mean, what a pimp! I would want this dude on my soccer team.
And
Too bad Atlanta doesn't have a
Then at
soccer
the very end of the first game, they hit the crossbar and it bounces off and hits Rojas in the face, and he scores a
they
face
score.
goal.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Did Zava see that?"
Yeah.
And so they tie. They tie their first game. That's a pretty
Against
good
the
start.
Beast.
Yeah,
I mean, apparently a tie is as good as a win over there,
just practically.
because they were cheering and happy. And
That's
all.
a great start. I think the first, one of the last seasons, who knows which one, they all blend together.
There, yeah,
They started off 0-7 or something.
yeah, and they're like, "We don't get relegated if we tie."
Yeah. So Zava was gonna play for Chelsea. Chelsea's coach is or manager or whatever is making an announcement, and he goes,
Why would you do it on that stage?
"I guess it was."
I guess it was tried and true,
Yeah,
but I mean,
he thought he was gonna get him.
I would have gotten the pin on the paper first.
And he goes, "Zava will not play for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Zava will be playing for Richmond."
Or I would have been like, "Hey Zava, this is your contract here. We're gonna get you to sign it, and then we're gonna go out to the media and we're gonna have you sign a fake piece of paper.
Yeah.
And then you'll already be on the Chelsea team.
Oh, you gotta do that.
And then he'll be like, Zava no longer playing for Chelsea. Then I'm not.
Embarrassing yourself.
Yeah, because he was like, well, I know today didn't go as planned, but
We got some good news coming.
Yeah, and then it's like, Zava has no good news.
Yeah. So he says he's going to be playing for Richmond. Cuts to Rupert. You see him pissed off in the car. Finally a win for Rebecca. They're
Yeah.
juiced. So we got that going for us.
They're juiced, and then it ends with Ted Lasso, Trent Crimm, and Roy Kent.
Yeah.
Powwow.
Beard says he's got to go with Jane to see a play about the menstrual cycle.
Yeah.
And Ted says, "Well,
Don't be late."
hope you're not late." That was a good one.
That was a good one.
And
then he's like, "Oh well, tell Jen I said hi." And he said, "No, can't do, buddy. She's still a little bit threatened by our relationship."
Oh, that's a good one too. I didn't hear that. Then it's just Roy, Ted, and Trent Crimm, and I put that Roy is just such a good character because he's so intense that whenever he gets a little bit deep, it's real nice.
Yeah.
It's always like, oh, that's
It
such
always
a nice,
warms your heart.
Every
Good
single
job,
time.
Roy.
Just
Yeah.
because he's so classically,
Maybe that's the trick.
yeah.
I just need to be cold and stern all the time, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's cute dog," and people will be like,
Aren't you? Isn't this your whole thing?
"Cold and stern."
Dark and brooding.
Dark and brooding. No.
So what does Roy say in this part? Oh, it was talking about how when he left Chelsea, he left on his own terms, and
They're like, "How'd you feel being back at Chelsea?" And he was like, "Sad."
Oh, speaking of, when he got back to Chelsea, they did the Roy Kent chant, and that one always
He's
hits.
here. He's there. He's every effing where. Roy Kent.
Yeah, that
it's so
always hits.
beast.
Yeah,
if you have a chant made for you and they say effing in it, it's a super beast chant.
That one slaps. And then also, when they got Zava, they're all Jews, the team.
Yeah.
And Jamie looks a little bummed
and he
for
says,
one. The fans are gonna hate this, and then it cuts to the sand, and they're like Zava, we got you Zava,
Yeah,
we
that's
got
a
you
good
Zava. They come up with great changes
Oh,
because
yeah.
they got the Zava, Roy F and Kent, and then they got Jamie Tatu Jamie Tatu.
It's a good one. too.
Soccer comes up with great changes.
Oh yeah,
This
I
show
bet
in
I would
particular.
love to go to like. I
Oh,
wouldn't want
I
to go
wanna-
to American United.
Oh no! Oh, Atlanta United,
Yeah, American.
with the whole
The
team.
whole U.S. I'd go to that one.
You don't want to go?
I mean, I would rather it be.
I hear their games are fun, but I would
Even
much
cooler.
rather go to whoever has the most intense fan base.
That's
out
what
there
I wanna see.
with the most chance.
Yeah.
And I want to just.
I want to be in España.
I want to know them. I want them to give you the
True.
book, like at Catholic churches, where you
Amen.
know all the chants,
Yeah.
you know, that they do. And they're
Yeah.
like, "Amen," and just like know what to say with
Yeah.
them. I want to do
You
that.
miss a couple weeks at church and you don't know any single song that's going up there now, though.
No, but luckily they always got the words up there.
Yeah, but you don't know the pace of which it's going.
You'll figure it out. So Roy gives this deep thing about how he was sad revisiting Chelsea because he wishes his time there ended differently, and
He's like, I wish I would have enjoyed it.
yeah. And
That's
so
just not who I am.
he leaves, and Trent Krim goes, "Sports, it's sport. It's quite a metaphor." And Ted goes, "And a nickname." And he laughs and he goes, "Good night, Ted." And he goes, "Good night, sport."
Oh my gosh! I mean,
It was a great episode. It was right back where we belong. It's
I'd
just
like
a
to see-
season 1 level episode.
if there was a season 4 and they wanted to do a little bit of advertisement,
Yeah.
I would like to see Ted Lasso as Ted Lasso
Uh-huh.
in like a podcast room with Theo Vaughn and just see which one of them gives out first, you know? Because
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn said one thing one time. He said, yeah, I was actually staying in a room with these two limousines of rats. And then like the girl looks at him and she's like, what the hell does that mean? He's like, a ferret. And then and like
Scene of rats.
just
That's
things
good.
like that. Like
Theo Vaughn, he has to make up so much stuff, but it's good stuff.
it's always pretty funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. But he's like, I knew this one kid who he would
Oh,
tuck his wiener in between his legs, and he would, run around the school look like that, and he was special, of course, and he would just like go off on these kids that I knew. He knows
Yeah.
way too many crazy.
And
kids.
then he hits a one-liner. He was from like Louisiana.
Oh,
They're psychopaths.
Okay. Never mind. I didn't know he was from NOLA.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be a good little advertisement, and it would be huge for Theo Vaughn. I don't think he's there yet.
Yeah. What do you? So that's the end of the episode. Do you have any predictions? So like, what do you think is going to happen?
Jamie Keeley,
You think so?
possibly.
I bet Roy and Keely get back together.
Okay,
That's all I'll go with Keely.
I'll go Jamie Keeley.
What do you think? Do you think you'll like the character Zava, or he's going to be super douche like a season 1 Jamie?
I think I'm gonna like him.
I think he's going to be douche, but like he talks in third person. I think it's going
I
to be.
think,
douche.
I think it's gonna be
I think it'll
funny.
be funny.
I even kind of like douche Nate right now.
Yeah, I think Jamie's.
Stand on that line.
This is the dumb line.
Yeah.
I think Jamie's gonna hate him.
Jamie's
like
so
me.
jealous, and I
Yeah.
don't know if it's gonna be like
I hope it doesn't
make him
turn him
step
douche.
up more or
Yeah, I'd love to see Jamie be like the beast again. I feel like he isn't like in the season 1. He was like the man. And
I
then
hope
he
it's
kinda
like
fell off.
Jordan and Pippen. I
Oh,
hope
yeah.
they're just like dribbling the ball back and forth, just pass here, perfect pass there. Zava scores, Jamie scores. You know?
I feel like Zava, the character he is gonna be just like Jamie in season 1, where
He's a
everyone's
power forward.
in on the Ted stuff, and he's like this is so stupid.
Yeah.
So
I hope.
hopefully he can get in on the Ted stuff soon.
Yeah. They're gonna have to burn some cleats again. That's what Jamie had to do to be cool.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Season 1 slaps,
Such
and I
a
think this is
slap.
right back where we belong. All right, but that was a great episode. Do you have a game?
I have a game, and I'm kind of worried now because you did pretty good at the phrases.
Yeah.
But this game is called what the bloody hell does that mean?
Okay.
All right. Fancy a cuppa?
You want a cup of tea?
Nice, perfect. All right.
Everything all right?
Hey, how are you? I'll give you that. I'm knackered.
Tired.
Damn, I would have said like drunk. Shaky.
I'd be careful saying that last one. Cheeky. Funny.
Playful, mischievous. I don't think you got that one.
Acting pretty cheeky, aren't you?
I'm chuffed to bits.
I'm chuffed to bits. That's gotta be hammered.
I'm very pleased.
I'm chuffed to bits.
I would have thought you were getting some like chafing issues. Bloody.
That means like all the cuss words, like damn, effing,
Just means very.
bloody hell, very hell.
Very hell. Very hell, Hermione. Bloody delicious.
Oh, that's very delicious.
Yeah, that one works. To boge something.
To bulge.
Boge. B-O-D-G-E.
Use it in a
Bodge.
sentence.
To bodge something.
Use it in like a sentence, like I bodge this.
I bodged the steak when I was cutting it.
Oh, like messed it up, botched.
No, I guess I did that kind of reverse. Whatever. I didn't say I was putting them in sentences. It's to mend or repair something clumsily.
I repaired
To
the steak when I cut it apart.
Yeah, then I read it again. The weld I did on this boat, I boged it.
Oh, I fixed the boat.
Clumsily, though.
Oh.
It's all stupid. I'm pissed.
Wait, that's a British one?
I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
I'm pissed. I'm
I'm
mad.
pissed.
I'm angry.
No, I'm drunk.
Oh, I'm pissed.
Lovely.
That's fantastic.
No, what's lovely?
Lovely is fantastic.
That means to hate or to loathe.
Oh, whoa.
I'm
That's
kidding. I'm
context.
kidding. Beautiful or attractive.
If you said something and you're like,
Mate?
lovely.
Yeah.
That could
that's
use
like, oh,
that.
that's sarcasm.
Yeah,
though.
that's
They have
sarcasm,
sarcasm
yeah.
over there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's rubbish.
That's bullshit.
I don't believe you. All right, that's my game.
All right.
What's your game?
So this one is either called I'm prototyping a couple names. I'm either going with Talkin' Brit.
Talking Brit.
Or You Brit Talkin'.
Okay.
Either one. Which one sounds like more of a play on like shit talking? You Brit Talkin'.
That one.
All right. This was basically just a couple of suggestions on how to talk Brit
Talk Brit.
and like some words that you can say to help you out. So
This is a game?
no, it's not really a game. That's what I said.
Okay.
So for one, they start with how they pronounce their R's. This is rule number 1. After a vowel, don't pronounce the R, but draw out the vowel and maybe add an Here is here. And words like hurry, don't blend the R with the
Hurry.
vowel. Say hurry,
Hooray.
hurry.
Hooray.
That kind of sounds like
Hooray.
hurry.
I love it. I feel like I remember that
Hooray.
exact scene. Hooray.
Hurry. Well, I feel like that's like a bunch of this.
Nah, there's a scene. It's when his uncle's in it.
Okay. In American English, words ending with RL or REL can be pronounced using either one or two syllables, completely interchangeable. This is not the case in British English. Words like girl and hurl, etc., are pronounced as one syllable with silent R, while squirrel is squirrel and referral is referral. Girl. What do they mean by that?
I don't
For example, mirror, which sounds like mirror. Do not say mirror, like mirror. Mirror.
Never.
Mirror.
Nah.
Okay, and then also it's R. You remove an R before a vowel. For example, I saw it becomes
Sure.
I saw it.
Sure.
I saw it. Okay, and then you got bacteria are small is bacteria raw small. Bacteria raw small.
Bacteria.
I don't know. How would you read this?
Bacteria are small.
Okay, I'm just.
You
going-
guys gotta fix this.
Oh, here we got the one that's stupid.
Stupid.
Stupid or shoopid. Sometimes they don't even say the
Shoopid.
T. Not stupid. For instance, duty becomes duty. Or more often, duty. Sometimes the D turns into a J. It is your duty.
I mean, I don't know what's going on over there. It's a mess.
Oh, what do you mean? They're words?
Yeah, I feel like we just came over to the U.S. and just did everything right.
Fixed it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's named after them.
There's a comedian that he was like, tell you what, like Americans don't understand how tough their language is. Like I learned the word ass, and ass means ass, and ass is a butt. But then if you half-ass something, that means you didn't work that hard. But if you like, and he keeps going on, and he gives like 20 different examples, and they're all hilarious.
That's a good
So
one.
I mean, it's tough out there for everybody. But the Brits, I think we can all agree, they need a starp.
They also add R's. This is a good one. Bath, pass, glass, and grass become bath, path, gloss, and grass.
That doesn't even sound British when you said it.
Which one?
All of them. Bath.
Barth.
Sound like Severus Snape.
It's time to draw a bath.
That was good.
I have to bath.
Barth.
Walk down the path in the grass.
Yeah. I'm good. I don't need to know anything more about these guys.
Okay. Poor attitude, Zach.
I mean, this isn't a
I'm
Great
just getting
Britain
me
lesson.
ready for when I bring the script. If you don't come with a good
I'll be
accent-
Ted Lasso.
Okay.
Oh,
Cop
so
out.
you're trying to teach me? How about you just do the freaking GB accent? Great Britain.
Oh, thank you for that lesson, asshole. Ass.
You're pretty good.